So we have learnt about what are mathematical statements. In this part, we will be studying the crux of the chapter, the principles of mathematical induction, which will be helping us to solve more complex problems. Let's begin with the part. Principle of mathematical induction. Till now, I guess all of you must be quite clear with what a statement is, specifically the mathematical statement involving the relations, okay, mathematical relations. So here, as was already discussed, when we will come across more complicated problems and we have to say in more generalized form that whether this statement will hold true for more number of values, then we need some tool. So the principles of mathematical induction are tools for doing that thing, that whether a statement is true or false. So let us see at the first principle. Again, there will be two principles, so not very much difference in the two principles, but again the two principles, they have their own use and we will do examples on both. So first principle says if Pn is a statement depending upon n, then to prove it by induction the following methods are followed. Okay, for any statement we first put n or whatever variable is that is equal to 1 and see whether that statement is coming out to be true or not. Okay, then after that we assume for value, any value, integral value or natural number, that is true. That is the induction step. We are inducing for a particular value and we are saying that this is true. Then based on that we will prove it for the next value. For example, if I say that this is true for m and in positive integer m, then I have to prove that it will be true for m plus 1. What I mean to say again, first step we have to justify P1, then we will say okay, Pm is true. This is our assumption. There is no if P1 is true initially, then there is no doubt about this statement. Then this statement means that yes, this is true. Now what is the induction? Induction means using this thing we have to say okay, m plus 1 is also true. Now if we can prove this, then we will say this is true for any generalized value of n. Now what is the logic behind this? Now if you say any value m and if you can prove it true for the next value, so you can yourself think if I prove it for 1, if I assume it for 1, for 2 it is automatically proved. For if I assume it for 2, it is proved for 3. Similarly, if we go on, it will be true for any value n. Okay, so this is how we use the first principle. And again, to be more clear, I'll take one more example. Thus it says Pn is true for n belonging to natural number.